What is happening, Blue Ridge Mountain Life fans? We are at Skinny Dip Falls, and we're going to go down and check out what it looks like a year after the flooding occurred in August of 2021. Come along with us. So in August of 2021, Tropical Storm Fred hit the area and caused major flooding to the area around Skinny Dip Falls, Graveyard Fields, a number of other places in the area. And Skinny Dip Falls was basically destroyed. I'll put a link to our video showing that damage up in the top corner. But we kind of wanted to come down here and check it out and see how things had progressed or changed. Let's go see. So since we were here last, they have done a lot to the trail. I've actually done some pretty significant trail maintenance here. This portion's got some gravel and is leveled off, and it's the section of the trail that takes you up to the Dragon Tree, which is right there. Looks like we have some new stairs here as well. This used to be just a incline upwards. So I'm not sure who did the trail maintenance, but great job. This leads up into a small clearing. There's a little camping area right here off the Mountains to Sea Trail. So this is something that we see on the trail far too often. Please don't be one of these people. I mean, Lord knows how long that's been sitting there. I guess people just expect somebody else to pick it up. The trail is about a half a mile down, half a mile back up. Might be a quarter mile. I'll confirm that and put it in the video here, but it's not very long. Going down is actually pretty easy. Going back up, there's a bit of an incline. So we would rate this trail strenuous, even though it is a short distance. So right here on the bridge, you can see some of the damage from last year. It's still here, of course. There is some foliage starting to grow up and hide it, but you can see where the water ran down through here and basically sort of wiped out all the soil. Same here below the bridge. So we did the initial video we called Rest in Peace Rest in Peace Skinny Dip Falls. We took some heat in the comments about basically saying it was gone, but for all intents and purposes, for those of you that may have visited in the past, it's pretty much gone. There is a waterfall here. It's still very pretty, but it's not the same waterfall that it was, nor swimming hole for the most part. All right, so they put the bench back here to the view. And then there's where the swimming hole used to be. And right here is where the bridge used to be, which is now gone. They used to take you down to the swimming hole area. And the last time we were here, this was sort of a rough trail. And we were not really recommending people go down. But now it looks like they've maintained it, put some stairs in, and it's officially part of the Mountains to Sea Trail now. They've even put some stairs going down to the water here now, which is really nice. So again, thank you for doing that, whoever did this. here down below where the swimming hole used to be, on down further down the creek, which was actually difficult to get to before. And now it's a pretty easy rock hop. But you can see all the damage that still remains. I mean, can you just imagine the power of the water required to move all these rocks downhill like this and wash the sidings of the creek out completely? It's just unreal. But still very pretty in its own way. It's just very different. We are up above where the swimming hole area used to be, up where the Mountains to Sea trail used to be as well. And you can still see there's tons of damage. Lots of rocks, fallen trees, debris. So right here used to be where the Mountains to Sea trail used to go, and there used to be like an inclined ridge down here to the creek. And you can see the water just basically washed that right out. And it's a sheer drop down to the creek. I say the creek, this is actually Yellow Prong, which goes through Graveyard Fields. So it does have a name. So here's some more damage up above the swimming area. You can see where the entire side wall along the creek and the ridgeline just basically collapsed or washed out. Things really haven't changed that much since we were here a year ago, right after the flooding. With the exception of the Park Service putting in some stairs, making the trail a little nicer, making it more easy to get down to the creek. But you still have to do a lot of rock hopping. It's still pretty rough in a few places, lots of dead trees, dead limbs laying around. The Mountains to Sea trail has actually been moved up into the woods a little more, so you're not walking along the edge of the creek with some pretty sheer drops. But you know, other than that, it's still pretty much an area of some pretty massive flooding destruction, and definitely not the same place that it was. Still pretty in its own way, but very different than what it was previously. Jen and I were just kind of talking. It's almost like nature sort of did a reset due to all of the people and frankly the abuse that this area was seeing. Far less people here now, and it's a little more peaceful. We'll just give it a few years and see how it looks, and we think based on what we're seeing that there's going to be some pretty growth that's going to come in. Hopefully one day this will be a beautiful place to visit again. So Jen was pointing this out to me a minute ago. It's actually a natural dam. It looks like some trees fell, and as the rocks were sliding down the creek, they slid in up behind the trees and formed a dam. All right guys, now the hard part is always heading back up, even though it's not far. It's a bit, you know, moderate and strenuous. So here we go.